But you know, when it's one of those things when you enjoy something, but you don't want it mustn't become a job. It mustn't become something that you wake up, you go to your job, you come home again, the next day you go and do the same. There's got to be more to it.
À la ligne de numéro 1, il y a l'équipage sud-africain. Alors,
Name's Ross Hawkins. I've been with EcoTraining now 5 years and a couple of months. I sort of spent a month in Makuleke here, where I'm currently the head instructor of Makuleke EcoTraining's camp. The one big drive of coming up here was to be able to get out, walk, and just be in this big open wilderness spaces where it's just you and you can make things happen as you see them unfold, and where you're able to walk with no interference, no sort of interruption from, be it other people around or vehicle based, and you can just get that real proper wilderness feel to it. Since whatever age I was always going to be a game ranger, so it's quite easy for me in that I'll be a game ranger. So obviously the focus will be, yeah, but it doesn't pay, it doesn't matter, it's not about, I mean, I'm young, I don't understand these things, but wildlife, that's my thing. So even school subjects I'll choose that's going to be to do with wildlife or nature conservation. I even try to take Latin because, taxonomy is Latin, but unfortunately Latin when I went to high school was then there was only 2 people that actually wanted to. So they stuck me in French, which I dropped immediately, and took art. It was just much easier. But then when I came out of matric, it was, our folks were kind of, okay, this is, you know exactly where you're going to go, how are we going to get this, how are we going to do it. But you know, when it's one of those things when you enjoy something, but you don't want it mustn't become a job. It mustn't become something that you wake up, you go to your job, you come home again, the next day you go and do the same. There's got to be more to it. So when I then was looking at nature conservation, it's just something doesn't feel right. So my dad was a bit shocked, maybe even disappointed when I said to him, no, it just doesn't feel like the timing's right. So I went in tangent and did marketing management with IMM, and then at the same time carry on rowing, and then rowing turned into recognition for national squad. That turned into being part of the national squad for 10 years, from 94 through to 2004, and in that time managed to, I went to Atlanta Olympics as a travelling reserve, and even as a reserve race there, and then in Sydney raced in the men's lightweight Cox's 4, the same boat class that eventually won a gold medal in 2012 in London. But with us, we managed an A final and then placed 5th, which was very cool. So the focus was rowing, and then along the way, the interest is always there. It's just it's because it's kind of what I enjoy. So you've got outdoors, you've got wildlife, you've got something like rowing where you can be out, you are out all the time. So it's always just the thing. I mean, wherever I went, I always would make bird lists. It was just enjoyed birding. Guiding, yes, they want game. They want to get out there and get big game. But at the end of the day, it's not about 5 animals. There's a whole big board out there of bird life, of plant life, insect, all matter of it that you as a guide are exposed to all the time. So from an instructing, again, you can go out there, you can touch on all these subjects, and all of a sudden when you are looking yourself, you start to see things, you start to interpret things, you start to understand, and that helps you put it across. So you build up your own knowledge base, and from here you then apply that into your guiding, and it becomes easy. At the end of the day, you are going to guide how you guide. You're just going to take all these little bits and pieces, put them together. That's how you will guide. That's what's going to work, not what a book says and what everything else there is for reference and sort of support, and you can sort of put that message across, and it gives the students time to think about that, of how they're going to work their potential guiding routine into it, and that way.
Thanks for watching that. I hope you enjoyed that, and please remember to like and subscribe over here, or maybe here, I don't know.